Ladies and gentlemen, we have been working all day and now it's after work. I'm Joe. We are back with another episode of the Afterwork Show, your weekly Nintendo news show that will be having a new name going forward soon. It might be next week. It might be the week after. To be honest, it's all contingent on a couple of things that I am working on. But don't you worry. The format, for the most part, is going to stay the same. There's going to be some new ways to interact with the show. I will explain that once I have them finally ironed out and fully tested and making sure that it all works. I may be asking one of you guys to kind of help test a few things out just to make sure that it's good. And adding it to multiple platforms as well, which, again, it's all real vague. But in this may or may not be the last episode that is titled The Afterwork Show. Again, it changes for the better are coming. And before we get started with news and whatnot and everything that's going on, I even do my normal spiel, which is fine. We're almost at 800 subs over on YouTube. If you don't know already, everything that I do here on Twitch is archived over on YouTube as well. So all the Nintendo eShop spotlights, the long playthroughs, some of the Let's Plays, I guess you can say, if for lack of a better word, I have them all organized out. So if you've missed anything here, I've been trying to get things onto Twitch, and it has been very infuriating trying to get them onto here in a timely fashion. I was hoping by June I was able to get everything over here. The uploading times are just way too they are drastically slower here, I'm not gonna lie. And I think Twitch knows that. I've had conversations with people, and hopefully change is coming down the road that can kind of help make this process a little bit more better, especially with a lot of YouTubers that are coming over to Twitch because of the doing affiliate and all that stuff. But guys, if you miss anything, check it out over there, and if you enjoy it, sub to it. That's my little thing about that. And I X'd out the wrong thing. I X'd out that chat. Come on, man. Come on, man. How'd I... Man, got me all messed up. That was Deadeye's fault. I blame Deadeye. Deadeye, it's your fault. Deadeye, it is your fault. Your fault and your fault only. I only blame one. It is you. I don't even think I have a command like that for Nightbot. Check the channel description. See what I wrote down there, because I don't even think I have a list of commands. I think I just wrote them all out in the panel down below. But man, there is a lot to go on. As I mentioned before, the Afterwork Show is your weekly Nintendo news show. We do a weekend review format of all of the news that has happened throughout the week that I feel is worthy enough to show you guys, to talk about with you guys here. I don't want to blast you with minute little things that end up, you know, there's other YouTubers for that, there's other Twitch streamers for that. I think mainly YouTubers, and you can watch their videos for sure, and they'll probably do a hell of a better job than I do at those short form videos. I'm all about the long form. I like to give you all the news in one shot, and especially filter out all the silly little things that I don't really consider news that, you know, again, save it for another channel. Oh man, if I can find my laptop, there we go, refreshing it so I can scroll up like that. And now, without further ado, I finally have the soundbite, guys. Let's go down the pipeline. Did we go down the pipeline? Didn't even hear it. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're down here. Beautiful. Why is the screen so small? Full screen, that son! I'm trying to fit a couple more things in here. Again, don't mind the layout for today. Just changing up some things, slowly but surely. This won't be the permanent format, but we're going to go over to NintendoLife.com. And first thing up that I have that I want to discuss is something I found earlier today. Trademark application has fans dreaming of an N64 Classic Mini, which judging by the way Nintendo's going right now, we had the NES Mini up until earlier this year. We now have the announced SNES Classic as of a few weeks ago, coming out this September. This patent was, this trademark was apparently filed in Europe only right now, so it could be, just a matter of time before someone spots these in other countries. Possibly, but let's take a quick read right now. Nintendo has recently filed a trademark application for the Nintendo 64 controller in Europe, which is given the timing might well indicate an N64 Classic Mini could be in the works for next year. Such trademark applications have been filed for the NES controller and the SNES controller, so this logic does seem sound given that we have an NES Classic Mini and Super NES Classic Edition is on its way later this year. The goods and services parts of the application references physical goods too, which has boosted hopes further. What games would you like to see? Oh, okay, yep, all right. So yeah, very, very small little thing here in terms of the filing of this, but it's very likely that we could see an N64 classic, a mini edition next year. I think it might be too early. I'm surprised this even caught on real quick, but maybe Nintendo's trying to get ahead of the ball on things and trying to make up for what happened with the NES Mini and trying to learn from their mistakes of the past. Maybe they're trying to make sure that they have enough stock for something like this going forward. Who knows? It is all too early to say. But with that said, this is a conversational show, so I want to know from you guys, while I'm jumping into the next topic, what N64 games would you like to see, if at all, we ever get an N64 Classic, and if it comes out next year? Because, man, I can list off a couple games right off the bat that I would love to see on there, and there's a lot of games. Like, you play one game, you're talking about, like, hours of hours being spent on just one game alone. Like, you have your Mario 64, you have both your Legend of Zeldas, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, oh my god, Diddy Kong Racing Deadeye, wow! Mario Kart 64, the best Mario Kart out of all of them, aside from, 8 Deluxe. I really, really like 8 Deluxe, man. But if I had to go with the classic one, N64 has my heart. I'm sorry. I know I just hurt a lot of people right there who might think Double Dash, but no, they're wrong. N64, right there, baby. Oh, man. What else? Star Fox 64, which we played on the channel. Those are up over on YouTube, slowly going up every day. Cheap plug. What else, man? Dude. Wasn't there? No, that was GX was on GameCube. That's right. I'm thinking GameCube. Oh, that would be... Ooh, man, that would be amazing. Don't even... Let's not. But let us jump in. I want to know your answers, because damn, that would be so dope if we do get this. And it is highly likely, depending on how well the SNES sells, the SNES Classic sells. At the end of the day, it is a business, and who knows? Who knows? Turok! Oh my goodness, yes, Turok Dinosaur Hunter. I still remember the get everything cheat and level skip, the invincibility, the god mode, and all that stuff. I still remember the code. So for those of you who are playing Turok 64, it should be NTH GTH DGD CRT DTRK. Why the hell I still remember that to this day, almost 20 years later, I have no idea, but it never left my head. So there you go. There's the code to get everything in that game. Oh man, fun times. That's in the bank. I don't know why, but let's move on. Exclusive line of Splatoon 2 apparel hitting NY, and as you can see, I already made my trip to Nintendo NY. Got myself a Splatoon shirt. I got the one that they always put on all the this is like the main store shirt. Not the ones that the employees wear, but this is like, they do this with their they have Mario logo usually in the center here. This one's the Inkling, the squid. So I just got that. I was like, you know what? I don't have the one with Mario on it, I might as well get this one with the Splatoon one. They had some really cool ones. Let's check it out here. The Splatoon 2 launch celebration continues with Nintendo NY's announcement of its exclusive apparel line hitting the store. A whole collection consisting of hats, sweaters, t-shirts tailored for both men and women have been designed to suit all of your Squid Kid needs. Inspired by Inklings and in-game specific features like Inkopolis, Square advertisements, the virtual apparel worn by the characters and displayed in shops is coming to life through brands such as Squid Force and Empery. Brand aside, other familiar game theme icons like neon squids we've all come to love adorn the new gear, so you can finally show off your inky loyalty wherever you go. And this was the tweet that Nintendo New York sent. If you don't follow them, they always post up, you know, if there's an amiibo available that's coming out. Speaking of which, new amiibos tomorrow. I think all the other Smash characters should be coming out tomorrow. I could be wrong about that. I have like a million pre-orders. Splatoon 2 characters come out tomorrow. Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl, and the new Squid. Have those on pre-order. And let me go to my GameStop one, because that'll tell me which... If Cloud's available tomorrow, because I ordered Player 2 Cloud from them, then I know that those are coming out tomorrow. I have 0 days on my countdown. So yeah, Cloud should be coming out tomorrow. So then yeah, all the Smash characters should be coming out tomorrow. Both Clouds, both Bayonettas, and both Corins. Which, by the way, did anyone find a Corin? Because I couldn't find one. I've yet... female Corin, I mean. Amazon never notified me when it came available. No idea. But if anyone is able to find one, please hit me up with that link. You can reach me on Twitter at JoAfterWork. Someone, please help me find that damn female Corin amiibo. That's the only one I wanted out of all of them, and I got everything else but that one. So upset. So yeah, you can see here. I'm gonna try to zoom in here. That's PJ. He's like one of the dudes that runs that store. But yeah, they've got like these squid, the squid pillows. They got the hats with like the brands on them, which is hilarious. And if you're in New York, if you live in New York or you're in New York and you want to pick up the game, I believe they're doing a midnight launch. They did it with the first Splatoon. They did it with ARMS. They usually do it with their games. I wouldn't be surprised because they have a coin. And I'm sorry, I didn't even put this one up. But Twitter.com. They have a coin. Oh, where's Barry? Did my thing freeze again? Yes, it did. Check out Where's Barry. Cheap plug. There you go. Free advertisement, Barry. Love you, bro. Nintendo NY. There's a coin, a Splatoon coin, that they are selling alongside it. It looks pretty dope. Boom. Boom. So that's limited supplies. I bet you they will all be out by the time morning comes, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to miss out on that, sadly. But what's going on in the chat? That moment you drop your cell and it comes apart. No! No! Deadeye, that sucks. Oh my gosh. Are you able to piece it back together, dude? How are you watching this right now? Joe, what team will you be on? What do you mean, what team? What do you mean, what team? You talking about like Splatfest? Because the second one starts tomorrow. I don't know which one it is. Did they even say what the Splatfest is? For tomorrow? Let's check that out. Splatfest, Splatoon 2. Oh man. No. Alright, well, if someone could find which Splatfest it is, Deadeye, if you find it, let me know. Because I do want to know what teams there are. Oh my goodness. Boom. Alright, so... And the battery just flew out. No! Dude, that sucks. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrible. All right, we're gonna move on though. We must go on. From Eurogamer, Smash Bros. Fans unveil full game icons Combat Arena. So, those of you who don't know, EVO 2017 was this past weekend. Huge fighting game tournament that happens every year. Fighters from literally all over the world come to Las Vegas. It's normally in Las Vegas, and duke it out for this awesome looking plaque and, you know, recognition, and of course a little bit of fame, right? And a whole lot of money, the cash money that you get from winning these tournaments, which is nuts. They're sponsored by like different companies. You know, Capcom's heavily involved. Nintendo just recently started getting involved as of like a couple years ago, when they finally got Smash Melee on board with the EVO tourneys, which was great. You have a bunch of different games that people battle for over a duration of a weekend, and ultimately the finals happen on Sunday. It was crazy. If you have not seen any of these battles, any of these games, at least watch day 3 where all the finals happen. It is just bananas. This is like the craziest skilled players you'll ever see. But Project M is a mod that that's on Smash Brothers Brawl, if I am not mistaken. And there was a whole community behind it. I believe it was even at an EVO at one point. It might have been, I didn't catch it this EVO, but I might have missed it. It might have been in this EVO as well this year. But the people that were working, that worked on that, are working on their own game. And it comes with a little bit of criticism from, it's been hit or miss with a lot of the fighting game community, or just people who are fans of the Project M mod for Brawl, and mainly because it looks and feels like Smash almost, from what people are saying. I haven't had a chance to look at the trailer, but let's check out a little bit of this. Similarities are no coincidence. Icons is being developed by... So the game is called Icons. Icons is being developed by Wave Dash Games, a group formed from Smash Bros. Fans, including a few talented folk behind the popular Project M mod, plus team members with professional experience at Riot, Blizzard, and BioWare. Wow. Okay. That's a stacked house then. Jeez. What? Project M is a mod for Wii Smash Brothers Brawl, there we go, which came to life after fans felt Brawl lacked the finesse of series favorite Melee. 16 years after release, Melee is still played at EVO alongside its Wii U successor, which is nuts. And I recommend watching that final, because that finals battle was heartbreaking. That was crazy. It was Mango versus Hungrybox, I think. Oh my god, I think it was Hungrybox is his name. I could be wrong, but man, that was intense. As an independent and ultimately commercial project, Icons features no Nintendo branding of characters. It's designed as a free-to-play game, and open beta is planned to launch on Steam this autumn. As for the game itself, it's a platform-based fighter, which immediately evokes memories of Smash Brothers. Many of its characters offer similar movesets to those on the standard Smash roster. You can battle off any stage, charge back on, you can edge hang, and yes, you can wave dash, which is crazy. So here we go. Reaction has been mixed, however, perhaps due to the standards of the competitive scene to which Icons is tailored. Any attempt to replicate Smash is going to have a high bar to meet, which is also true. I mean, Smash is so particular. Down to the characters, to the playstyles of all these different characters, the levels, the items that you can throw. I know when you're playing competitively, you don't use items and such, but let's give it a chance before you know, people start judging. It might be a good game, and it may look similar, but maybe it does play different. It's gonna have a beta soon. They haven't announced the date yet, but as of the time of this stream. But if anybody wants to let me know, I'd be down to check it out once the beta comes out for sure. I never messed with Project M. I never modded my Wii at the time. I don't think I even had, I'll be honest, I don't think I had my Wii anymore when Brawl came out. I think I was playing it at my friend's house when that game came out, because I know he was going crazy over Solid Snake, and I was playing Sonic. No info, Joe. Thank you, Deadeye. Thank you. See, got my back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, moving on, guys. Oh my goodness, the craziness that is about to ensue right now. Not the Switch parental controls. We'll get into that in a minute. This one comes by way of NeoGaf. I rarely visit NeoGaf, but I might need to start. I might need to make a login and add myself to these forums here. But here we go. Disclaimer, let's not turn this into a war of is homebrew good or is piracy isn't bad. All right. But it looks like we talked about how the kernel was reached last week. Now, this week, we're talking about how the cards of off these Nintendo Switch games are being dumped and being made into ROMs. This is nuts. Now, as of right now, these are not playable at all. But the fact that they are able to pull these, they are already, the Switch came out a little more than 30 months ago, and we're already getting ROMs for these things. This is bananas. This is nuts. I can't. There's no way to run these ROMs. So let's look. Puyo Puyo Tetris USA, Lego City Undercover USA, Has Been Heroes, NSW. I'm guessing is gonna be US. I think these are all US. ARMS, Mario Kart 8, and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Do you know what this means? And Nintendo goes out and pays people, like, this is public, like, they are wanting to, they go and say, hey, we will pay you if you can find flaws in the system. Oh my goodness, how are they supposed to fix this one? I mean, granted, you know, you can easily patch. That's what these updates that we're usually getting now end up being, like little security fixes and whatnot. There have been some updates in between all that, but for what it's worth, I'm sure they'll have a workaround to circumvent this. But I think at some point people are going to stop updating their Switch or turn off automatic updates and start getting their games this way. This is insane. Kind of like how the custom firmware you can do on a Nintendo Switch goes. This is nuts. And not that I condone any of this. It's just, it's crazy that it is out there, and I do want to share this sort of stuff with you guys from time to time. Scariest thing about this is that there's no normal cartridge ROMs, but the hackers have already decrypted the contents and posted those in a way that they hide the unique identifier that cartridges have. Most of you don't realize, but the Switch hacking community is incredibly talented. Doing it this quick, you gotta give them props. As the people who helped hack the 3DS are now working on Switch. As an interesting note, the Switch OS may be based on the 3DS OS because of internal strings conferencing the same OS named Horizon. But of course, with new security additions, the following have already been achieved privately. What? Userland code execution. Now, some of these, someone far greater who's in the hacking community or in the custom firmware community will let me know what some of these things mean. But kernel has been dumped, we know that. Cartridges dumps is what we know now. Extracting private data from games like models, data mining. So wow, they're able to pull the information of like code and whatnot from the and character models. What? This is what people you can see a lot of this stuff over on YouTube, but there's YouTubers out there that like show open areas. I was actually watching one a couple days ago of Metroid Fusion, and a dude went into the back end of the game, the coding within the game, and was able to like show rooms that were unused and had Samus walking into them and what there was there, and it was like rooms that weren't even that finished, but the fact that they were able to go into there just by messing around with the coding is insane. It's crazy. Backup saves, transferring them to another Switch, which is huge. Nintendo needs to get on this, because right now saves only go onto the Switch. They don't save to the micro SD card. That is only for games at the moment, and photos. You can't do anything else with your save. So if anything happens to your Nintendo Switch, your save is shot. That really sucks. So that's another huge thing. Editing saves, which, okay, cheating in games by modifying RAM values. So expect whenever that Pokemon game comes out to get a bunch of Nuzlocks. Oh my goodness. A lot more they haven't disclosed publicly. You can find most of them on Twitter. They post lots of interesting things about this. Nintendo has been pretty incompetent with their... Okay, I'm not going to finish reading anymore. But dude, that saves thing is really huge. But I'm sure Nintendo is probably working on something for that. But the fact, again, that this is already happening 3 months out from the Switch's launch. They're making progress. They're making some crazy progress really, really quick. And it's a little scary, but if there's some awesome things that come out of it, then hey, cool. As far as, like, you know, people whose games can't get into the eShop and they do a homebrew game onto the Switch that way, cool. Have at it. Will I be doing this? No, no. A, the time and energy to spend to do things like that, I just don't have. And B, I want to still support. That's the whole point of Nintendo Spotlight, is supporting developers, big or small. That's what that's there for. That's my personal take on it. But hey, information is out there. I want to share with you guys. Low key, want to play Pokken Tournament? Yo, Deadeye, I'm there with you. DX, day one. Let's go. Fight me. Fight me. I'm ready. I am ready, son. The most I did was, actually, I can show you guys yesterday, was I switched out the casing of the housing of my Game Boy Advance that I got on eBay, because it was pretty beat up. For my first time, I feel like I did really good. I even kept the D-pad from the original because I liked how that felt. I just wanted a brand new housing, so I did that. It was easy, but it was hard to, like, figure out at first, like, which screws I needed to take out. I referred to a video that I did to get this done. The only thing I messed up was the hinges part, so I ordered new hinges. I should be getting them tomorrow, so right now it kind of does that. But otherwise, I feel like I did a good job. It works. So whenever we start playing Game Boy Advance games on the channel, I'll be able to kind of level up on the side if it's an RPG, or just kind of mess around and kind of refresh my memory on certain games that I've played, i.e. Metroid Fusion, and then jump in and sort of move things on a little quicker when I do play them for you guys on the GameCube through the Game Boy player. You are not down. Yo, Deadeye, don't tell me I'm not down, because I will end you, son. I will end you so hard. Oh my goodness. Moving on. Joe needs to refresh that again. Is now what I wanted to talk about, which was the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app. This, I just pulled the link real quick because I noticed that there was an update. And let's just go over real quick what they are. For those of you who don't know, the Parental Controls app is a phone app that you download. You can actually track, like, how much time you're spending on each game through there, total hours too, how much time you spend a day on it on your Switch, what games you're playing. For parents out there, you can also set up, like, times to, like, you know, you can kind of, like, track what your kids are playing. So if there's a game that you don't know a lot of information about, what's really cool is with the app, you can actually, when you see the game that they're playing, you tap on it, it links you to the Nintendo Store page where that game is shown, how much it is, all the information, the stuff that I show you guys when we do eShop drop, all that information is there. So I don't know if that's gonna, yeah, it'll show you the Monday through Friday here. You set up a code so that way if your kid has a Switch and wants to connect to the internet, they have to put in a code. They need that code from this app as well. And here you go, you can kind of see on the next page what games your kids are playing the most, and you can set restriction levels as well. You can do teen, preteen, child, and custom settings. I think it's a neat app, definitely, for sure, for anyone who wants to know what their kids are doing. I will say Nintendo does a great job on something that really isn't their job, but they make it their job, and that's making sure that kids that are playing the game, because a lot of people who buy Nintendo products are children, or not their parents buy them. You know what I'm saying? but they want to make sure that everyone is playing safe, and there's a lot of workarounds. There's a lot of things that they try to do to kind of make sure that everyone is playing safe. Even though it's not their job to, they do it. And I gotta say, they do a good job of it. Sometimes it's a little cumbersome in terms of, excuse me, the way of the Nintendo Online app that just came out yesterday, which I forgot to pull up a link, but we'll talk a little bit about it because there's people that who have review copies of Splatoon 2 have been having numerous issues with it. But let's go into the details of this update real quick, and then we will move on. Let me refresh here. But yeah, view play records for individual users. You can now see how much time each family member spends on a Nintendo Switch console. The app will display daily and monthly game time per person, daily non-gaming time spent on the console, daily time spent with parental controls disabled, average play times per month, days played per month. You can share monthly play records with another parent guardian via the app, which that's pretty cool. So if, hey, you have your mother and your father with the app, they can both look, they can share the data, whatever. That's pretty cool. Not all parents play video games. View game downloads. You can now see a record of downloads to your console and enable push notifications for new downloads. That's huge. That actually should have been there in the first place. That's great. Disable alarms for the day. Parents or guardians can use their PIN to disable playtime limits. That was the other thing, sorry, that I meant to mention, is you can set playtime limits on your Switch for your children. So, hey, it's past bedtime. You can set up that time clock, that time to kind of time out the Switch, and it won't play games anymore. I think I think you need the code in order to unlock that, and that you can only pull from the app. Everything is on the app. The app. I'm not a child. Then I go to your room. You're punished. Oh my goodness. Boom. Up next, Pokemon Go iOS. Is this next? Yes, this is next. Ariel Draco. Where's Draco? This is totally for him. Pokemon Go iOS 1.39.0 and Android 0.69. 0.0 update rolls out. So let's check this out. This is another one that I didn't get to read all that much because I personally have not been into Pokemon Go since last year. You guys know that, but I like to still give the information out to you guys. Niantic Labs has begun rolling out the latest update for Pokemon Go users worldwide. This latest update features an array of minor additions and small improvements to the core of the game, but most importantly improves upon recent addition of Pokegems. One annoying problem among players was that you would have to keep feeding your Pokemon berries to keep them in the gym, and you would have to be in a close vicinity. Now, as long as you see the gym, you can have opportunity to feed the berries. On top of this, you can also give away berries, even if your Pokemon's meter is full, resulting in more Stardust. That's pretty cool. So, quick list, what's going on here, various bugs fixes issue where Pokemon are not properly returned to their trainer after defending a gym. That sucks. I'm sure a lot of people lost Pokemon from that. Fix an issue where trainers were unable to complete raid battles started before time expired on the map. Damn. Improved Pokemon collection screen search functionality. Added the ability for trainers to give berries to Pokemon defending gyms if their motivation meter is full. Added the ability for trainers to send berries to their Pokemon defending gyms through the Pokemon info screen when they are not nearby. Motivation regained will be less effective through this method. Added the ability for trainers to spin the photo disc at a gym after completing a raid battle. Added icons for Pokemon information. Screen indicated how the Pokemon was caught. That's pretty cool. That's a little meta right there, right? Anyone in the stream still play Pokemon? Or anybody watching this in the breakout video still playing Pokemon Go? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. We're speeding through these. So, we are back out of the pipeline. Alright, cool. I wasn't sure if that kept going. But we're out. We're out of the pipeline. Guys, we're going to go into the eShop drop, where every week we go through, check out what's available on the eShop. We pinpoint the key games. Most of the time, these games that I showcase here, I will be playing on Nintendo Spotlight. Unfortunately, today is Thursday by the time of this stream. Won't be able to do a Nintendo Spotlight for quite a few days on Splatoon 2, but just know, anyone who has a Switch out there, please add my Switch. I will try to remember to leave my Switch code in the description down below if if you're watching this as a breakout video. If not, and you're in the stream, I'm gonna drop my Switch code right now for you guys. Please add me, baby. Boom. I would add, but CB, what's going on, dude? Oh my goodness, don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. Just Dance is all I gotta say. Just Dance. But coming out tomorrow, July 21st, or maybe not tomorrow if you're watching this in the future. What if this was next year and you're watching this this video from last year? Hello, future. How are you doing, Joe? Hopefully you're still doing this YouTube and Twitch thing. Who knows? Anyway, that got real depressing. Oh my goodness. Splatoon 2, $59.99. Squid Kids called Inklings are back to splat more ink and claim more turf in this colorful and chaotic 4-on-4 action shooter. For the first time, take Turf War battles on the go with the Nintendo Switch system and use any console's portable play styles for intense local multiplayer action. Even team up for a new 4-player co-op and fun in Salmon Run. 2 years have passed since the original Splatoon game was released. 2 years have also passed in Ingopolis. Whoa, what a coincidence! So expect a fresh wave of fashion, not to mention new weapons and gear. Dual wield the new Splat dualities or stick to mainstays like charges and rollers. Team Rollers, which have been remixed with new strategic possibilities, as well as always, Turf War is the fashion favorite sport among Inklings, but also dig ranked battles, taking down Octarians in a robust single-player campaign, and battling enemy salmonids in one dangerous part-time job. No matter which way you splat, at home or on the go, with the Nintendo Switch, staying fresh has never felt so good. Sorry. I should have music behind me when I say that. Oh my goodness. But as mentioned previously on old shows, the old amiibos, the old Splatoon amiibos, which by the way, I found my old amiibos. I know where they all are. Gotta bust them out for Splatoon 2. And gotta get my Epona in Breath of the Wild now that I found my my Twilight Princess amiibo too. But that's besides the point. Old amiibos, Callie, Mary, Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl amiibos will work with this, along with the 3 new Splatoon, or the 2 new. Is there 2 or 3? I think it's 3. Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl, and then a new Squid amiibo. I don't know. I have them all pre-ordered. There's too many amiibos. Just too many amiibos. I can't anymore. Ugh. Jeez. Moving on. So up to 8 players. You guys already know it's a Nintendo game, published and developed by them. I'm hyped for this. I want to play with you guys on this. Deadeye, if you're down, sometime next week, we gotta do a stream with Splatoon 2. Me, you, and Zero, hands down, gotta go in on this. I'm ready for it. Oh, I got here and amiibos. Where's Barry? You're always catching me on like some real meta geeky stuff. Dude, I'm Australian for now. Oi, good day, mate. Oi, good day, CB Not Tree. How you doing? Oh, you like the koalas and the kangaroos and the joeys? Me, you, Zero, but not Tree. Oh, crikey. Putting that shrimp on the bobby. All right, let me get out of this. There's also an update for Mighty Gunvolt Burst version 1.1 that's also going to include a new character. Now, I thought this was due this week. This is actually coming out next week, unfortunately. But we're gonna watch the video real quick. I need to just make sure you guys get that audio going through. So we're gonna fix that up right now. Dude, this week. This is actually coming out next week. Let's check it out. This is unfortunately update, which also includes a new character for Mighty Gunvolt Burst. You guys know, one of my favorite games on Nintendo Switch, hands down. Inti Creates, you are blowing it out of the park this year. Mighty Gunvolt Burst version 1.1. One of my favorite games on Nintendo. Oh, also, whoops. You guys couldn't hear me in the background. Sorry. Ekoro from Galgun is now a playable character in the game, or not now, but soon it will be. She will be. She's an angel who's got some crazy powers and such. I don't really know the Galgun lore, but all I know is that it is it's on the Vita, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which is awesome. Indie Creates is just winning with me on so many personal notes. I'm like, you guys, like, I love it. I love it. And Ekoro isn't in Blastomaster, but Shantae and Shovel Knight and Gunvolt are all in Blastomaster. So if you want to check that out, there's also Blastomaster. Indie Creates always thinking about the indie developers and trying to partner them up on anything, but they also like to use their other characters. So free download period July 27th to August 9th, and then you'll pay for the DLC if you missed out on it, which I think that's awesome that Indie Creates is always giving they're always giving you some sort of free period for the DLC before they start charging people to kind of get in, like, hey, you played this game, you supported us, let's show our way of supporting back by thanking you guys with some free stuff for a couple weeks, and then we'll start charging. And $2 for an additional character, I will take that any day over the $5 that like Mortal Kombat characters or Killer Instinct characters are. I think it's crazy that characters cost that much. Granted, I have paid for characters, so I should just shut up about that. Danny Magoo looks like a kid's version of Metroid. Dude, oh man. Dude, the Gunvolt series, oh, amazing, amazing. I love it. And I'm happy that it's coming to the Switch actually next month. Wow, we're already there. What? This is nuts. And again, I closed out the wrong chat. The wrong Chrome box. Sorry, guys. I need to get my chat back up. So that way I have the ability to scroll up and see what I missed. And of course, you guys are going to hear my voice again for 2 seconds, so just bear with me. Just deal with it. Just deal with it for 2 seconds. All right, there we go. See, you didn't even have to hear it. All that complaint for nothing. What's required hard drive switch on to play these games? 16 kilobytes? Yo. Oh, man. But seriously, it's probably like a 500 megabyte game, if that, Mighty Gunvolt Burst. I will say, I was looking at the memory on my Switch and how much I actually used on downloading games, and I've barely made a dent. Now, I do have like a 128 gigabyte micro SD card installed in my Switch, and I made like that much of a dent on the games that I've downloaded. File sizes for the most part, unless it's been a Nintendo game, have been very minimal, which is great. I mean, I've seen maybe a gig or two on a couple of games, but like, you know, Breath of the Wild was like 10 gigs. Mario Kart 8 had some beef to it. ARMS was another big one. But everything else has been really small, surprisingly. One day there will be a game and we will play it together. We will play it and Switch will rise again. Barry, you let me know when you're there. I'll be waiting. Peggy 3. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna jump back in with you guys, see what's going on. Scroll back up. Wow, CB, are you astounded by my amazing Australian accent? My impression? Sorry if I've offended anyone. I lived there for 2 years and I can only put a semi-decent accent forward. Oh my goodness. Joe, you are echoing. Yeah, that was my bad. They need to call it Nintendo Snap if you're going to keep snapping. Oh my goodness. Let's not break anything, right? One day there will be oh, I read that. Once you download a game, you can re-download it forever. Like if you uninstall and restall. Yes, yes, sir. You own it. That is yours. That is yours. Yeah. Yours was bad, bro. It was more like high English. Oh, why you gotta go there and say that, mate? Oh, crikey. Oh, I wasn't really trying. I never try. I never try, if you haven't noticed. Camera autofocus is on. Yeah, I know. This. And it's funny because that never happens until today. Today of all days is the day that it does it. Oh well, we'll have to deal with it. I'll live. I think we can make it through. I think we can make it through. Maybe if I move the light just a little bit, that'll help. It'll make me darker. You do a good NYC accent. Oh my goodness. It's funny because a lot of people say I don't have it. So when I say I'm from New York, I was like, I don't know. I've been living here my whole life. I have no idea. But I do know when it comes out hardcore, when I'm really upset at something. I don't know. That's like the one time that you can really, really hear it. All right. Let's finish up this show. That was the eShop drop. Now, I want to go into a little segment / rant. I was half joking in Discord earlier when I mentioned this, but it's been a thing, and it keeps on happening, and I have no idea why people are still saying Nintendo Switch doesn't have any games. I'm like, have you not seen Nintendo Spotlight, the show that I've been doing for the last couple months, and the games that have been coming out? Some of them have been bad. But most of the ones that we've been doing up until about a week and a half ago have been really good. So I decided to integrate this small little segment called Switch Has Games, god damn it. So we're going to go through a couple little articles real quick. Just talk about some games that are coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I will say this. If I did my math right now, Nintendo Switch has 71 games. I own 44 of those games. That is no BS. I can show you. And we're going to talk about some real quick. This is kind of like the quick bits version of this. Some games that are going to be coming out. Just to show you a little bit of uniqueness of the game, of Nintendo Switch games that are on its way. Figment, a whimsical looking adventure game that is also a full-fledged musical. This game has previously been announced for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, but now developer Bedtime Digital Games, that is an awesome name for a company, says a version is coming out for Switch too. Figment is a musical action-adventure set in the recesses of the human mind, a strange and surreal world. That kind of sounds like, oh my gosh, what was that game? Amplitude. That kind of sounds like that. But, moving on. Place filled with our deepest thoughts, urges, and memories, populated by the many voices we hear in our heads. Reads the game description. You play as Dusty as he navigates the different stories of the mind, solving puzzles and contending with a cast of nightmarish enemies who also happen to sing. You can see game's music video gameplay trailer below. And you know what? This is going to be worth the copyright strike right now. Or not the copyright strike, but the copyright claim. Let's check out Figment right now. The Plague Song, written and performed by Stoj Snock. And depending on how long this is a 3-minute video. We won't watch the whole thing, but I want to see if it shows enough gameplay.
Visitors! How delightfully inconvenient!
Oh, it's a legit music video. Kind of reminds me of Transistor a little bit, the top-down view.
And green gills, a pharmacy of bitter pills,
I can appreciate that. The struggle. I've been there, recording in your room, just like that.
Your headache split, you lose your lunch and smell like something nasty. I'm the sickness you cannot quell.
We're playing this game. We're playing this game when it comes out. That's happening. That is happening. All right, moving on. Tiny Barbarian DX to feature lovely box art by beloved Famitsu artist. Nick Alice is on a bit of a roll at the moment, with several games head to Switch and retail packaging. One of these is Tiny Barbarian DX, which is now scheduled for release in the fourth quarter of 2017 for $29.99. A European release could happen further down the road via Head Up Games, as that's a partnership that continues to grow. Upcoming Sword and Sorcery platform game will feature a charming cover illustration by world-renowned artist and character designer Susumu Matsuhita. You may have come across the work of Mr. Matsuhita on the cover of art for long-running Japanese magazine Famitsu. Huh! Didn't know that. He also creates Famitsu's mascot Neki the Fox, who you might remember popped up as a Super Mario Maker costume. Oh man, I haven't gone back in Mario Maker in quite a while. Here's a sneak peek of the artwork, albeit it's slightly in lower resolution than we might have liked. That's cool though. That's cool that they're pulling artists from around everywhere, around the world, around everywhere. Joe, come on. And I like that this isn't the only title with the DX title in it. It's almost reminding me of like Game Boy Color days, where you had the game and then you did the updated colored version and named it DX afterwards. Break it down. Wrestling reference drink. But you have Retro City Rampage DX also coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is right now out on Steam. But that is also a game that is being made for the Switch and might come out before Hawaii Shakedown. I think that's the name of the game, right? That's their other game that's coming out. Something Shakedown. Shakedown Hawaii. Yeah, Shakedown Hawaii. There we go. Boom. 90 Super G. Also, not only now coming out for Steam and PS4, also coming out for the Switch. It's a racing game. Boom. More Fight, which I want to check out here. We're going to watch. This is also coming out for the Switch. Sci-fi game, so I want to.
Sometimes, when I dream, I am flying through the universe. I convince myself.
And I will get back into the chat as soon as we finish this segment.
I will one day find it. And I will control my destiny.
This kind of looks like No Man's Sky a little in third person. Very No Man's Sky. Wow, okay, in first person. Let's refresh that. There we go. The song. Holy crap. And this is coming out on everything. Wow. Go them. Oh yeah. And there we go. So I clicked out too early, but that was Switch Has Games, god damn it! A segment that will occasionally pop up here on the Afterwork show. But I'm gonna jump back into the chat. We're gonna close out the show shortly, but stay tuned. Nintendo Spotlight up next. We got a couple games that I want to go through. Kirby's Blowout Blast, and oh gosh, there was a Switch game that came out, Boost Beast, which I forgot to mention on eShop drop. That dropped today, actually. Sorry about that. Late shout out to Boost Beast. We're gonna check it out. I don't know much more other than it looked like a Tetris Attack style game, so I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. It was $10, so I got it for $10. I have to try it out. That, and then the demo for Miitopia Casting Call came out. I don't think I'm gonna pick up this game, but I do want to try out the demo since there was one available. I'm like, hey, let's do this. Let's go down this rabbit hole and see what see what Joe has to say about this one. But here we go. I'm gonna scroll back up, check in with you guys, and see where I left off. And when you move backwards, it blurs for like 0.5 seconds. Oh, I don't think it's blurred since I saw the blur. Maybe it's been doing it. I haven't been noticing it as much. Very impressive. Way better than mine, but my Aussie accent will beat yours all day, every day currently. But then I lived there for 2 years. That, and you're an actor, bro. You should be better than me. When will the new oh gosh, did I? I'm not even gonna jump down that rabbit hole. It's not natural, but I hear it come out occasionally on stream. Really? Joe Unleashed. Oh, hell yeah. I feel like he's looking me right in the eyes. Where's Barry? I love you. This is our intimate moment together. Or you put your money where your mouth is, and how is... And show us Joe... Spooky Tweety Bird, what's going on, dude? Wait, what? The Switch has games? I didn't even know. Did I? You can just put one. Throwing them super hot fire bars. Oh my gosh, that song was dope though. Is there a game in the cover? Is there a virtual console for Switch? Can I play some SNES and NES games? Not yet. Not yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to hold off for a while. It's going to be a while. With the whole NES Mini, the SNES Classic, and potentially the trademark filing of the Nintendo 64 controller out in Europe, which is what they had to do for each classic console so far, is they had to file trademarks around the world to make sure that they can still keep the names of all these things. We may be getting an N64 Classic Edition, so until next year when the online program actually kicks off and we'll start to get NES games there, I think it'll be even longer before we get SNES games and N64 games, and everyone's still clamoring for GameCube. I had to just get a used GameCube and start playing the games all over again on there. So I'm like, all right, well, this is my life. This is what we do. Oh my goodness. I feel like they started making this game before NMS came out. Oh, I'm gonna feel stupid. NMS. What are those initials for? CB. Like the idea was to piggyback off the success of that game. Oh, No Man's Sky. And then, well, we all know how that did. What I missed that. Was that Hello Games? That wasn't Hello Games. Sean Murray hasn't said anything. I feel bad for that guy. More fight. Developer. Let's check this out. Crescent Moon Games. Okay, completely different company. But you know what, Crescent Moon Games? Use guns gets a follow right now. Boom. Oh, now you guys saw both Reggie Fils-Aimé moments. I owe you guys 2 this week, so you're getting 2. You need a soundbite. Twitch has games. Twitch has games, goddammit!
So long, Bowser!
Soundbites like that. Oh, man. I was an actor. Forgot about that. Oh, geez. That was hot. Hashtag unfollow. No, Barry. Don't unfollow me. I love you. Gotta go, bro. Have a great stream. CB Nut Tree. Take care of yourself, dude. N64 Remastered. Holy crap. I don't believe any of those guys who say that Nintendo likes to milk their past systems. No Man's Ski Ball. Oh my gosh. Dinner BRB Draco, welcome, and I'll see you in a little bit for that Nintendo Spotlight. And speaking of which, jumping in, we talked about Nintendo Spotlight. What am I saying? We didn't jump out of Nintendo Spotlight. Joe, you got to. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're out of it. We're out of it. And guys, as we end every episode of the Afterwork show, we end with a Fils-Aimé moment of the day. So, remember, the Afterwork show is your weekly Nintendo news show, which may or may not have a new name next week. It is up in the air, but I'm going to leave that teasing you in the air just like that. Just like that. And the layout, it's going to slowly evolve. I have some work being done on the sidelines that some people are working on, or a person, I should say, in particular. You guys might know him. I'll save it all for when it actually happens, but there are things happening. Things are changing here. And I like to keep things secret until they actually happen. So that's the bit of information that I'm going to give you for now to go off of. You can find me here on twitch.tv/JoAfterWork. You can find the breakout videos over, or the whole video, I should say, over on youtube.com/JoAfterWork. This one should be posting tomorrow because as soon as we are done with the stream, I'm going to edit these and upload at least the Afterwork show tomorrow so you guys get that in case there was anything you missed here. Normally, this show is on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, and then the full video goes live on Mondays on YouTube. I'm trying to get better about trying to get these out over the weekend, so that way, you know, there isn't that much of a delay. And we're also working on some other stuff for this show specifically that I can't say just yet because I still need to test them out. So I might be talking to one of you guys out there to kind of help make sure things are running the way I want them to, and before we finally unveil them. But I am like super hyped about all the stuff that's going on here. And you know, with everyone, Ed Seek was mentioning this actually yesterday in his stream, and it's like, you guys are subbing to the channel, I need to earn those subs. I need to make sure that I am here more often. I need to get down a schedule, because it's not fair if, you know, you guys are monetarily, some of you guys are supporting this channel. You guys are supporting this channel by watching me, spending your time here. That is another way that you guys are supporting this channel. So I need to give back a hell of a lot more than I have been, and that's gonna happen. We're making it happen. Up in the Air with JoAfterWork. Cool new name. Shh, Barry, don't give away the show. And of course, here's your first Reggie Fils-Aimé moment of the day. Reggie's very upset with Bill.
We're going to be powering through some meetings all day today, but to keep us going, I got us some snacks. Bill! 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 Bill!
Oh my goodness. And our last Fils-Aimé moment of the day.
Oh, great. Bill, you're fired.
Oh, once again, Reggie, you know why you are the damn man. I love your face. Dude, guys, I'll see you in a couple minutes for a Nintendo Spotlight. For those of you who are leaving for the night, just sticking around for the Afterwork show, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're watching over on the breakout, the full version of the Afterwork show, I should just say, it's not even a breakout video, it's just the whole episode over on YouTube. Let me know. I'm interested to know what you guys thought about any of these topics. Leave them in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Love y'all.